So welcome everyone who's going to be joining in Monday 5:15 yoga class. If you need a block, make sure you have your blocks handy. If you feel that you need it, always have it available so that you can use it. It helps you open up. So we'll just be starting in a few more moments. So you can get anything else that you feel that you need, any other props that you might want to access. So we're going to begin in a seated position, so with our legs crossed, so we can start there. Before we begin, you just want to make sure that you're grounding and sitting down. So sit up tall and just let your eyes close. And so this gives us a chance to just settle in, to let ourselves come into our own focus and our own awareness of our bodies and our mind. And just feel that you're letting go of anything from your day. And then just remain here. So if you're just joining us, we're going to be starting in a seated position. If you want to feel comfortable, if you need to bring the block underneath you so that your knees can open up to let go of your hips, you can certainly do that. You would just be sitting on the block, and then your hips would be open a little bit more. Rather than having them come all the way up to the ears, they can open out. So from here, just bring your palms to rest on the knees and really draw your shoulders down away from the ears. Placing the palms onto your knees, closing your eyes, and just taking a few moments as we begin to settle in so that we're all in the same place, beginning our practice, coming into our Ujjayi breath. So Ujjayi breath flows through the back of your throat. You want to hear the breath as it travels in and out through the back of your throat. So start to connect to that breath now. And with each exhale, just feel yourself letting go of anything that you're holding on to that does not serve you and that will not help you through your practice. So closing our eyes and just breathing and being mindful of our breath, we can start to really notice how our body is feeling or where we're feeling and holding on to tension. And then we can start to let that tension dissipate or let it go. And from here, continuing to sit up nice and tall, draw your navel into the back of the spine. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale through your nose. As you exhale through your nose, lower your chin down to your chest and let your whole neck open up and stretch. And from here, we're just going to rock the head from side to side. So take it all the way over to the left side first. And then bring the chin back down to the chest and take it over to the right side. And bring it back down, chin to chest. And over to the left. And slowly bringing it down, chin to chest. Take it over once again to the right. And slowly chin to chest. Last time to the left. And bring the head down. And then last time over to the right side. And then bring your chin back down towards the chest. And let the head hang. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Nice long spine. Draw the navel into the back of the spine. And then slowly raise your chin back up level with the mat and allow your eyes to open. I'm going to turn the head to look over the left shoulder. And bring the head center. Turn to look over your right shoulder. And return center. Once again, over to the left. and return center over to the right, and come center one more time to the left, and returning center, and one more time to the right, and returning center. From here, keeping your hands on your knees, we're going to just start to circle the body around. So you want to start to open up and allow the energy to start to flow. So you're opening up from your hips and draw your navel in. And just as you circle around, try to keep your sits bones grounded onto the mat. And then once we come forward, we're going to take it around the opposite direction. So you're going to go the other direction. Stay with your breath. And one last time, taking it around. And let's bring both arms all the way up. Inhale, hold to your right wrist. Push the heel of your hand to the ceiling. Pull your belly in. Try not to overarch the back. A nice side stretch all the way over to the left. Pushing the heel of your hand over towards the side. And breathe. Get a nice stretch in through the armpit, down through the right side of the body. Come back up to center. Switch hands so you're holding onto your left wrist. Press the heel of the hand up. Pull the belly in. Inhale. And exhale, taking it all the way over. Nice side stretch. Over to the right, pressing the left hip away from the rib cage. Left buttock stays grounded. Come back up through center and release both arms all the way down. Turn your hands all the way up and lift the arms up. Inhale. And then exhale, bend the arms at the elbows. So you're making goalpost arms. You want your elbows to stay lined up with your shoulders. We're going to press the elbows and palms to touch. And then open, and then you're going to flip your hands so that they press to the wall behind you. And open up again. Press the elbows and palms to touch. And open. Keep those shoulders down. Press the palms back and lift. Again, press the elbows and palms to touch. Make sure the elbows are shoulder height. And push forward. And back to your goalpost. And this time bring the arms forward. And let's take the right elbow and bring it into the crux of the left. And if you're able to, intertwine your arms and bring the palms together. If your palms don't come together, just bring the backs of your hands together. Now you want the shoulders not to shrug up to the ear, so pull your shoulders down. And then reach your fingers up and bring them down. So make sure that the shoulders don't come with your hands as you lift up and bring it down. And again, take it up and bring it down. And lift up and bring it down. You're going to unwind those arms, lift up, goalpost arms once again, and then elbows come towards each other. This time, left elbow into the crux of the right and intertwine the arms. Try to bring the palms together. If you can't, just the backs of the hands are fine. Pull the shoulders down. Thumbs are right in front of your nose, navel into the back of the spine. Reach the fingers up and try to make sure you're not bringing your shoulders with you. And bring it down. And lift, and bring it down, and lift, and bring it down. One more time, lift it up, and bring it down. Unravel the arms. Inhale, take both arms all the way up, and we're going to fold forward. Both hands come onto the mat, and on front of your mat. You're going to roll right onto your hands and knees. If you're not able to roll onto the hands and knees, just find your way onto your palms and your knees. In a tabletop position. And make sure your palms are flat, fingers are spread wide. We're going to work the spine now. So as you curl your toes, you want your tailbone to tilt up. You want to lift your head. And then toes go flat. Start by rounding the backs as you tuck under. The whole spine rounds, chin comes into the chest. And again, toes curl, tailbone tilts up. Raise your head, look up. And toes go flat. Pull the belly in, round the whole spine, and then take your chin in. 2 more times like that. Curl the toes. Lift up. And toes go flat. Rounding through the back, chin in. And last time, curl the toes. Let the tailbone start to lift. Let your head lift. And then exhale, round the back. Let's find our neutral spine. And from here, we're going to make sure the palms are right under the shoulders. Going to extend the right arm out to the side and lift it up, taking a little twist. You're going to thread the right hand behind your left wrist, and you're going to keep sending the fingers all the way towards the left pressing that right shoulder down. Let your cheek and temple come down to the mat. Your butt should be up and towards the ceiling. And try to really make sure that your right shoulder is down, your tailbone is lifted. From here, take the left arm and extend it forward alongside your left ear. So reach the fingers to the front of your mat. So you're going to feel a stretch. Pull the left hip back and really extend through the fingers of your left hand, opening in through the left side of your body. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, slide the hand back, release the right arm, and extend it out to the side. Lift it up, and bring that palm back down underneath your shoulder. Other side, left arm is going to extend all the way up, and you're going to thread it through. So you're going to thread right behind the right wrist and reach all the way over to the right side, lowering the left ear, cheek, and temple. Left shoulder is down, and keep pressing the hips up. And then start to slide the right arm alongside the right ear, so stretching it forward, getting a nice stretch through the armpit, just the whole right side of the body. Make sure that you're breathing deeply in through the nose, out through the nose. So stretching out the body, getting it ready for the rest of our practice. Slide the hand back, and then you're going to take that left arm, extend it all the way up, and bring the palm back down underneath your shoulder. And allow the fingers to come, the palms to come a little bit further forward. Bring your knees so that they're directly under your hips. Curl your toes, and let's take it back and lift up into a down dog. Drop the heels, drop your head, and start to very slowly bicycle it out or pedaling out, pressing through your heels. Feel the calf muscles stretching. Keep dropping the head down. And breathe here. And then hold in stillness as both heels push to the floor. Lift all 10 toes and feel that little bit more deeper stretch in the calf muscle. You might also feel as you lift the toes that your shins feel a little stretch as well. So keep lifting the hips, drop your head, and try not to bring all the weight forward into your wrists. So if you do feel that you're sliding forward, you can bend your knees and try to push your chest towards your thighs. So you want to make sure that you're not dumping all the weight into your neck and shoulders, and you're feeling it in, you don't want to feel any pressure in your wrists. So from here, look forward, and we're going to slowly walk the feet all the way to the very top of your mat. Bring both big toes together. Take both arms out to the side in T position, and we're going to slowly come up. As you lift up, bring your palms together, look up at your hands, and bring them down to the center of your heart. And raise both arms all the way up again. Inhale. And exhale, fold in with a flat back. You're going to take your hands and bring them right onto the shins, sliding the hands up just below your knee. Pull your tailbone back. Pull the navel into the back of the spine. Pull your shoulders back. And then just as far as you can go, hinge slightly down. So the fingers start to reach, but you're not starting to roll the shoulders. So really let your body hinge from your hips, and it's the hinging from the hips that allow the hands to come down, not the stretching of the arms, because then that starts to round the back. So make sure that your hamstrings are getting that stretch and your legs are as straight as possible and holding that long spine. If you can continue to fold, maybe you find your chest on your thighs, maybe your nose can come to your knees, but you're still pulling the shoulders back. We don't want to round the back. And then from here, both arms out in T, come all the way up, lifting up, stretch the palms to press together, look up, and bring the hand back down. And just bow your head, holding here, taking a moment just to make sure that you're still staying connected to your breath. Maybe just even noticing that your heart rate has slightly become a little bit elevated just by whatever you've been doing so far. So remember to always take your practice to where you're feeling comfortable. Always remember that child's pose is an option. It doesn't mean that's a sign of weakness if you take a rest. It means that you're really listening to your body and taking the cues from your body that it needs a rest. And then you can rejoin at any time. So bring your chin level with the mat and make sure your eyes are open. Lift both arms all the way up. Inhale and fold forward as you exhale. Stepping your left leg back. So we're going to come into a lunge position. Make sure your right knee is over the ankle. If you need the assistance of your block, you're going to bring the block to the inside of your big toe, and you're going to bring that left hand onto the block. Push back through that left heel. You can always take the left knee down if you need to, and stretch your right arm forward. And as you open up, we're going to start to sweep that arm forward, back, and then forward again. And you're opening up. So creating some movement, really feel that you can go deeper and opening up a little bit more wider as you take your arm back. And then bring that hand down, remove the block if you had it there, and take the left foot forward. Stepping the right leg all the way back, coming into your high lunge. So you really want to press back through your right heel, making sure that left knee stays at 90 degrees. Right hand is next to that left big toe, using the block if you need to, whatever height feels good for you to keep that range of motion. So if you're not very open through your inner thigh, you may need to really bring that block to the highest point. But take it to wherever your level is. And now left arm is going to move forward as you stretch it forward. Turn the left rib cage to the ceiling, sweep the arm back behind you, and then reach it forward. Opening up. So keep the left knee pulling into the chest as you sweep the arm. One more time. Bring it forward and sweep it around, and then bring the hand back down onto the mat as the right foot comes to meet the left. Inhale, arms out in T position, hinge from your hip, and slowly come up and bring your hands to prayer. And let's hold here with the thumbs into the chest. So maybe now noticing heart rate is maybe increased even a little bit more. Nice deep flow of your breath in and out through the back of your throat. Make sure that you hear your breath, listen to the breath. So it's important to just be present. Then slowly let the eyes open if they're closed. We're going to bring both arms all the way up, taking a big step with the right foot behind you. And we're going to turn to the outer side of your mat. So you're going to turn to the long edge of your mat. Make sure your toes are facing towards the long edge of the mat, not to the corners of the mat. Open your arms out in T position and bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, stretch your knuckles down to the mat, and then tuck your tail under. Pull the shoulders down, squeeze those shoulder blades together, take a little back bend here, inhale, exhale, start to fold, but don't round your back and don't hunch those shoulders forward. Keep extending the knuckles up, only go as far as you can. So maybe some of you aren't very flexible through the hips and hamstrings, so maybe this is your range of motion. Maybe some of you can come down further, or depending on where you are, just let your whole head come closer towards the mat. Nice long spine. So you really want to feel that you're sending those sits bones up. You want to feel that deep stretch. Keep pulling the shoulders back. Remember, we're not hunching through the upper back. And slowly come back to 90 degrees. Release your arms. If you need to, you're going to find your block, whatever side you need, the small end, the large end, or the very small end. If you don't need the block and your legs can stay straight, your hand can go right on the floor, just below, right underneath your nose. You want your back to remain long. So if your hand is on the floor, you don't want to really feel that you're putting all your weight into the floor or your block. You want to feel that it's just resting there. Stretch the left arm all the way up to the ceiling and look up at your left thumb. Breathe here. Continue to stretch through the fingertips. Keep your gaze up. If it's too intense, you can just look to the side of the room. But you want the crown of your head to be nice and long, alignment with your tailbone. And then look down at the right hand. We're going to replace that right hand with your left and let the right arm extend up. Stretch up, reaching through the fingers and keeping both legs straight. Belly is pulled in, using your Ujjayi breath. And then bring that hand down, and both hands will come right underneath your shoulders. or you'll have them right on the edges of your block. So pull the shoulders back away from the ears. And then you're going to just start to bend into the left leg. So you're going to keep your hands right where they are, bend into your left leg, and keep the toes angled forward. As you bend into that left leg, you're pulling the left knee towards the left pinky toe and getting a nice inner thigh stretch into the right side. So hands were staying right where they were. And then you're going to come back up and you're going to bend through the right knee, pushing that right knee towards the pinky toe. And keep pushing back. Feel that stretch opening into the inner left thigh. And then over once again to the left. Hold here. Keep the back nice and long, so try not to get your tailbone down to the mat. You want your tailbone to press behind you. And then once again, bending in through the right leg, pushing that right knee towards the pinky toe. Both hands stayed exactly where they were so that when you come back, your hands are shoulder height, shoulder width apart. And let's start to move it over to the left. Lift it up and move it over to the right. And lift up, over to the left. Going as low as you can, where you can feel the stretch. Last time over to the left. And then back last time over to the right. And then we're going to walk the hands over to the left foot, coming into a lunge position. Left knee is over the ankle. You're going to draw the right knee down to the mat, and we're going to take pigeon. So you're going to bring the left foot behind your right wrist. Let your left knee come down. So now you have your knee and your ankle in alignment. For some of us, this is too intense, so maybe that heel is going to come a little closer towards your right hip. You want to square the hips forward, then start to send your right leg back. Let your pelvis come down towards the mat, flatten the toes on your right foot, and then walk yourself up, lift your chest, inhale, exhale, and we're going to sink down. So now as you come down, you want to just let your back remain long. So only come down as far as you can. Maybe this is as far as you can go, but you want your back to be straight. Now, if you're able to, you're going to extend your arms and start to lower the chest down. And you don't want to draw your chin into the chest, so you want to make sure that your forehead comes down to the mat. If you need to, you can bring the block underneath your forehead. So your head should not just be hanging out in space. You don't want your head to be hanging out. So rest the forehead somewhere on your block and just let the arms extend and breathe here. So this is really a deep stretch into the hips. So it's important that we open our hips up. Our hips really carry a lot of tension, so we want to really try and let them open up. So let's hold here another breath or two. One more inhale. And exhale. Let's walk the hands back in. Now, as you come back up, you're going to bend your right leg and pull that heel in towards your right buttock. So flex your foot, and you want to feel the stretch opening in through your right calf. Your right quadricep. If you're not really feeling it, you want a little more intensity, reach back with your right hand and pull the heel in a little bit closer. So you want to feel the stretch through the top of your right thigh. So for some of us, just keeping the foot bent, the heel flexed, the knees bent, and the heel is pushing into the buttock, that gives us enough stretch here. But some of us might need a little bit more. And then you're going to release, curl the back toes. You're going to push them down towards the floor, pushing through the heel, lifting the knee. You're going to step your left leg back into a down dog. And let that tailbone lift. And breathe here. So from here, we're going to look forward, walk your feet all the way to the front of your mat. We're going to take the arms out to the side in T. Lift up, inhale. And exhale, we're going to step over with the right foot going back. So we're going to be in that wide lunge again. This time we're going to turn the toes so that they're angled to the corners of your mat. So your toes are angled, not forward to the long edge. And we're going to bend both legs at the knees. As you bend the knees, push your tailbone down. Bring both arms in goalposts, so elbows line up with the shoulders. We did this earlier. Here we're going to take the right elbow into the crease of the left and intertwine your arms. Knuckles, shoulders are down, thumbs are right in front of your nose. And then from here, we're going to start to lift the fingers as far as you can go without letting the shoulders come up, and then slowly hinge forward. So keep the legs bent. Push those knees back and keep your belly in. So you want your spine to be nice and long. Breathe here. And get it down a little bit lower, bending a little bit more. Keep pulling your belly in, then hinge back up. Keep the knees bent. Release both arms up, back into goalpost. And this time, left elbow into the right. Hands come together. Lower that pelvis down. Thumbs are in front of your nose and reach the fingers up. Pull your belly in. And then take your hinge 90 degrees. So try not to round the back. You want to keep the back nice and long. You want to squat it down as low as you can. So feel the work in the inner thighs. Feel the work in your shoulders. Pull the shoulders back and squeeze your belly into the back of the spine. And from here, come back up. Legs are still bent. And release the arms back into your goalpost. Stretching the arms all the way up. Straighten your legs. Bring your arms out to the side. Turn both toes so that they're facing the long edge of your mat. And you're going to fold forward. Bring your hands to the mat. And you're going to the floor in front of you. And you're going to go over to the right side now. So you're in your right lunge. Pushing back through that left heel. You're going to lower the left knee down. And we're going to take our pigeon now on the right side. So your right foot is going to come behind your left wrist. And your right knee lowers down, squaring your hips. You want that left leg to go back, the pelvis to lower. And then you're going to fold over. So first walk in, lift your chest, inhale, and then lengthen over that right leg. And keep walking forward, using your block. Have your block handy so your forehead can rest on the block. Or if you're able to, bring your forehead down. This is intense on the right side. So I'll just come over on this side now. We're on the right side, stretching in through the right hip and breathing. Make sure you're using your Ujjayi breaths. Listen to the breath as it flows in and out and try to relax that right hip. So you notice one side maybe feels more tight than the other. This is where we just try to relax into this. So noticing if we're holding on to the tension or are we letting it go. And just breathe. Let flow, that breath flow through that tight hip. And let's take one more breath. Inhale. And exhale. You're going to slowly walk yourself back up. So you're really facing now the back of your mat. As you come up, we're going to curl the left toes, push back through the heel, lifting the left knee. And the right leg is going to go back to your down dog. And just press through the heels. So right from here, bend both legs at the knees and walk your hands towards your feet. As you're walking to your feet, bend your knees and let your heels lift. So you're at the front of your mat, but you're facing the back of your mat, and you're in a squat position. Make sure the thighs and knees are together, and then see if you can sit up, lifting your chest off your thighs. Rest your hands on your thighs. And keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. So you might notice that you're a little shaky. Your body's looking for the strength. Keep the tailbone pressing down, the belly in. And then slide your hands forward. And then just let your legs straighten up and drop the head down towards the nose towards the knees. crown of the head towards your toes. And inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Stretch up, bring your hands together, and lower the hands down to the chest. And so we're facing the back of the mat. We're at the front of the mat, facing the back of the mat. So breathe. Take a moment just to feel that in-breath and out-breath flowing. And one more breath here. If your eyes are closed, let them open. From here, taking the arms all the way up, we're going to take a big step with the right foot. So you're going to come and bring your right foot to the front of your mat. And we're going to make sure to the back of you're at the face. You are facing the back of the mat. So your foot goes to the back of your mat, and you're coming into a warrior one. Pushing down through the left heel, square the hip. So squeeze your inner thighs. You don't want your hips to open out to the side. You want to really rotate the hips so that they're facing towards the back of that mat. Lifting up, stretching through your fingers. And from here, bringing both hands into prayer, we're going to open into warrior two. So the left foot spins open, the arms extend out, the right knee stays over the ankle. So you have a heel to instep alignment, right heel lines up with the left instep. Pushing down in through the left foot, reaching both arms out in T, gaze down the fingers of your right hand, and breathe. Now from here, let's take the left arm, wrap it around, and maybe grab hold of your right hip. Turn your right palm up to the ceiling and reach that right arm over the right ear for a reverse warrior. But try to make sure that that left arm finds your hip or your thigh or even the lower back. If that's too much, you can just let the left arm rest down onto the left leg. So opening up, bend that leg a little bit deeper. Really stretch in through the whole right side of your body. And then come back up into your warrior two. From here, both arms lift up, straighten the right leg. We're going to turn the legs all the way so that we're taking a warrior one on the left. So the right toes angle more to the right corner of your mat. So now you're facing the front of your mat. Both hips are facing forward to the front of your mat. Left knee is over your ankle. Shoulders are down away from the ears, pressing through the edge of that right foot. So really direct that right hip forward, pulling your left hip back. Nice, strong right leg. Breathe here. Make sure your breath is flowing in and out through the back of your throat. Bring both hands to prayer, taking our warrior two. So spin the right foot open a little bit so the hips adjust so that they come to the long edge of your mat and arms open out in T. Left and right arm are extended, so one arm isn't dropping down, one arm isn't higher than the other. They're both long through the shoulders, and the shoulders are down away from the ears. Make sure that left thigh stays parallel to the mat and root down into the very edge of your right foot. Take your right arm, you're going to sweep it back, maybe find your left thigh or your left hip, pull the shoulder down. If that's too much for your shoulder, you can just let the right hand rest onto the right thigh. Turn the left palm up and reversing your warrior. Maybe wrap the right arm around a little more. So go a little deeper, bend into this stretch. Make sure your left knee isn't rotating down, so you want to keep pointing your left knee towards the front of your mat. Stretch through those left fingers and then back into your warrior two. And from here, straighten your left leg, bring both arms up, inhale, bend your left leg at the knee. Keep your arms lifted, and we're going to adjust the right foot to come to meet the left and bring both hands to prayer. Hold here and close your eyes. Really take nice fluid breaths. Really feel your breath as it flows in and out. Give yourself permission to just stay present. Link with your breath. And so I just realized I forgot to do that stretch on the left quadricep. So we're going to come back down and do that stretch. So we're going to bring the arms all the way up, inhale, and fold forward as you exhale. So we're going to take the left leg all the way back. You're going to wiggle the right foot behind. So we're taking our pigeon again, but we're going to just, instead of going into the pigeon, we're just going to let the pelvis lower, and we're going to flex the left foot, pushing it into the left buttock. So we want to stretch that left quadricep. So since I forgot it before, we're going to find it now. So pushing the heel in. If you want, you can reach back, find the foot, and pull in a little bit more to make sure that that left quadricep is really stretching open. So if it's too intense pulling in, just keep the foot flexed and keep the left hand down. So that should give you the intensity. Flexing the foot gives it a little more stretch. If that's even too much, then just let the toe point. And then bring that left foot back down, releasing it if you have the grip. And we're going to take the right leg back, and we're going to end up back in our down dog, dropping the head, pressing through the heels. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And look forward, walking all the way to the front of your mat. And then lengthen your spine. Inhale, sliding your hands up the shins, fold on your exhale, and bring your arms out in T. And let's come all the way up, lifting up. And then we're going to bring the arms out to the side and lower the arms all the way down. So we're going to take a balance now. So you're going to start with your legs about hip distance apart. Feet are facing the front of the mat. We're going to shift the weight over into the left leg. So as you shift over, lift the toes on your left foot and feel that you're pressing down through the ball mound of all the left toes. Then let the left toes just rest on the floor without gripping the mat. And you're going to pick up your right leg and bend the leg, pulling the heel into the buttock. Now take your right hand behind you and see if you can find that top of the foot. And pull that knee in close to your left foot, pulling the heel in close to the buttock. Then we're going to take the left arm, stretch it all the way up, and prepare for dancer's pose. So find a spot on the wall where you can gaze. Just do the best you can. Start to push the foot away from your butt, and as you keep pushing, find your body slowly beginning to fold forward. Don't be in a hurry to go very far. Just take your time. As you continue to move, you might find that you can come a little bit lower. Keep pushing the foot back. Keep breathing here. It's okay if you fall out. When you do, try to find your balance again and then come back into it. So let's hold wherever you are for 2 more breaths. Deep inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Slowly come out. Release the foot down. Release your hand and shake out that standing leg. So you might feel a lot of tension in that leg. So we're going to come back now with both feet flat on the floor. Lift the toes on your right foot and push down into the ball mound of each toe. And then just let the toes rest gently on the floor. Shifting the weight over to the right leg, bending your left leg at the knee, and reach back with your left hand to find the top of your foot and pull that knee in towards your right leg, pulling your heel into your buttock. Bring your right arm up to the ceiling, and when you're finding your balance, start to push that left foot back away from your butt, and as you push it back, your body just begins to extend forward and breathe. Try to make sure that the knee is pointing more down to the floor, not out to the side, and stretch through your fingers, taking it as far as you can, maintaining your balance. And you may notice one side has the ability to hold better than the other, but with practice, you'll hopefully balance it out. 1 more breath here, and slowly come back up and release the foot, release your leg, and shake out that standing leg. From here, we're going to take the legs about hip distance apart. We're going to go and end up back in that same squat that we were in when we were at the facing the other direction. So we're going to lift the heels off the mat, and then just keeping those heels lifted, start to lower your tailbone down towards the heels. Keep the back nice and long. You don't want to let your butt go back. You don't want to lean your chest to the floor. So imagine that you're sliding your back down an imaginary wall, and you're going to take it down, bringing your hands onto your thighs. Gaze forward, and then bring your hands in prayer. So just holding this balance here can be challenging. If you feel very much in control, maybe let your eyes close and just test out, see if you can balance with your eyes closed. And then from here, both hands come down in front of you and lift your hips all the way up. And then take your right leg back, take your left leg back, holding in plank, pull the shoulders back away from the ears. Breathe here. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Keep lifting those shoulders out. You don't want to collapse into the shoulders, so push the mat away. Option to always come to the knees if you need to. Take your practice to where you feel comfortable. Deep breath here. Now we're going to come all the way down. So if you're able to, bend both elbows and pull them in and come all the way down onto your mat. Make sure your chin is on your mat and not on the floor. So if you need to wiggle yourself back, bring yourself back. And you want your forehead now to be on the mat. We're going to take the arms out to the side in T position. Pull the shoulders away from the ears and feel all 10 toes, all 10 toenails pushing down into the floor. So really feel your toenails pushing into the floor and feel your knees lifting and your thighs lifting. Squeeze, you'll feel a squeeze in your butt. From here, raise your forehead. Just lift the forehead off the mat. Don't let your head tilt up. So all you're doing is raising your forehead, your chest lifts, and bring your arms out to the side, and then raise your legs. Try to keep those legs together, working on the back. Nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Lift it up a little higher. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Bring it down. Bend both arms in close. Turn onto your right ear. And just relax here. And turn onto your left ear. And return your forehead back to the mat. 1 more back bend. So your option is you can do the exact same one that we did with the arms out, pushing into your toenails, lifting those shins, those calves, the thighs, the knees, and then you're going to raise your head, lift your arms, lift your legs. Or you can option to take bow. You're going to reach back to find the tops of your feet. And then you're going to lift those thighs. Raise your head. Try not to tilt your head back. So just lift your head. Keep the head in a neutral position so that you're not straining your neck. And start pushing those feet back to really go deeper into your back bend. Nice deep breath wherever you are, holding here. 2 more breaths. Go for taking that deeper edge if you can. And last breath in. Exhale, release. Send those legs straight back. Arms fold into your body, turning onto your right ear. And just relax. And turn onto the left ear. Once again, forehead to the mat. Slide your hands so that they come right down to the bottoms of your rib cage. Bring your legs in close together. We're going to just push up and come into an up dog. but then come right into a tabletop position. So pull those elbows towards each other. You're going to feel that your shoulder blades are really squeezing. Your forehead is on the floor. Push into your toes, so that your toenails, so that your thighs and knees lift. Push up, and then just lift the chest. Pull the shoulders back, and then bring your knees under your hips, and you bring your palms under your shoulders. So right into tabletop, we're going to work into cat and cow. Starting with cow, we're going to curl the toes, let your tailbone tilt up, and cat, toes go flat round the spine. So we did this earlier to prepare the spine. Now we're kind of taking this movement to kind of release any tension after doing those two back bends. Just move with your breath. And then finishing up, as you round through your cat, pull the belly into the back of the spine, and then cross your legs behind you and come to sit back, opening up the heels so that your butt can come onto the floor. So you're at the back of your mat in a cross-legged position. Let's bring both arms all the way up. Lift up, inhale. We're going to twist to the right as you exhale. So allow that right hand to come onto the left knee. Left hand behind you, pull your shoulders down and extend the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Close your eyes, draw both shoulders away from your ears. Nice deep breath. So feel that you're deepening into your twist only to where your edge is. Only go to where you feel that you can maintain the stretch and enjoy it. One more breath here, inhale, and on your exhale, release, come back to center. Inhaling, both arms are going to lift all the way up. And we're going to take our twist over to the left side as the right hand finds the mat just by the tailbone. Lengthen your spine, pull the shoulders down, turn your chest, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Perhaps let the eyes close. Just finding that nice squeeze here, pulling the shoulders away from the ears and the crown extends up. And just noticing that deep stretch where you feel comfortable, where you can continue to maintain and hold for a few breaths. And then slowly inhale, exhale, and release, coming back to center. We're going to scoot to the front of the mat and end up on your back. So you're going to lie down onto your back. Now once you're on your back, you're going to bring the feet flat to the floor, and you're going to keep the lower back pushing into the mat. So you want to come into a slight pelvic tilt. You want to feel the belly pulling into the back of the spine. So from here, keeping that navel pulled into the back of the spine, bring both arms all the way up to the ceiling so that they're facing, the palms are facing each other, and your arms are shoulder height. And you're going to cross your right elbow into the crux of the left and intertwine the arms. So we're taking back our eagle arms, but bring your thumbs right in front of your nose so that you have the opportunity to pull the shoulders down. Pull your navel into the back of the spine and then let your legs lift. You want to make sure that the lower back is pushing into the floor. Now take your right leg and cross it over your left. So the back of the right side comes over on top of the left side. And if you can, see if you can take your right foot and just sneak it behind your left ankle. So we're in a lying down eagle pose. Now from here, you know that your nose is right, your thumbs are right above your nose. Now from here, you're going to just keep your knees right where they are, and you're going to just lift and try to let your elbows touch your knees. So don't bring the knees towards your elbows, just lift your elbows towards your knees and come back. Keep your belly in and lift. Press those knees towards the elbows to your knees and come back. So your legs aren't moving, you're just lifting the shoulders and your elbows come towards the knees. Do this a few more times. And the next time that you come back up, we're going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower down. Lower, release your feet, lower your feet flat, and unravel your arms, bring both arms back down. Now, when we're holding it for those 5 counts, we're not holding our breath, we're breathing. So now, make sure your navel is pulling into the back of the spine, both arms lift. This time, the left elbow comes into the crux of the right, and you're going to intertwine your arms, trying to bring your palms, if not the palms, then the backs of the hands. The nose are right above, the thumbs are right above your nose. Bring your legs up into tabletop, and you're going to take the left leg, cross the left side, the back of the left thigh over the right, and see if you can hook the left toes behind the right ankle. Now you don't want your legs straight, you want to try and keep them bent, but you want to pull the knees more to the front of your mat. That's going to require your belly to really pull in and really engage. So keep those thumbs right above your nose, and you're going to lift your elbows to your knees, not bringing the knees to the elbows. So lift, inhale, and exhale. Pull in, lift those elbows up towards the knees. Don't bring the knees and lower. So the knees aren't coming to the elbows. And lower. And lift. And lower. The next time we lift, we're going to hold it here for 5 counts, 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Pull that belly in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Unravel the arms. Unravel the legs. And bring your feet as wide as the width of your mat. Make sure your lower back is pushing into the floor. Bring both arms out in T position and let your knees gently fall over to the right. So the feet are wide. We're just giving us space, opening the hips. And come back up to center. Feet are still at the edges of your mat. Go over to the left side now. And come back up to center. And hug both knees into your chest. Rock it out nice and slow. Massage out your lower back. And then send those legs straight out. And from here, reach your arms all the way up. Stretch through your fingers, stretch pointing those toes, get a nice stretch. And from here, round the back, pull in, lift your nose to the knees, and release, legs extend, arms sweep back. Try to keep the legs hovering, and pull in, nose to the knees, and release, extend the arms, let the legs hover, and pull in, and release. And let your legs go straight, your arms come down alongside your body, palms open towards the ceiling. Let it all go. Coming into our Shavasana, our final posture. Resting, close your eyes, and just let it all go. So let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. 2 more like that. Deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. And last one, deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Come right into relaxation. Everything is over, no more work, no more effort, nothing else that you need to do but breath. Take this time to let everything go. Any heaviness that you may feel in your body, replace it with lightness, feeling open. Let your natural flow of breath enter into your body and release it out. And just connecting to your breath. Know that the next breath you take is no more important than the last one. Just let it go. Taking in that life force energy, filling your whole being with light. Relax completely for the next several minutes, enjoying your relaxation. Allowing the sound, the vibration to enter into every cell. Feel it moving deeper and deeper. And very slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, slowly taking your time to come back into your physical body, feeling refreshed, revitalized, renewed, maybe a little more clear in your thoughts, more peaceful in your mind and your body. taking this time to just be thankful for your practice. Gently hug those knees into your chest and rock it out nice and slow from side to side. And when you're ready, just find your way all the way over onto the right side of your mat. Let your head rest gently on your inner right arm. Be with your stillness. Be with your peace. And once again, take this opportunity to thank yourselves for taking the time out of your evening to practice with me. Remember that every time you come to your mat, it's your special time, it's your sacred time. Should be something that you can discover about yourself or know that you need your practice. Sometimes we know we need it more and more. That's why we continue to work towards those challenges. When you're ready, we're going to just sit up tall and then bring your hands into prayer. Let your thumbs come right into the center of your heart. And we'll close the practice with one long Om. Nice deep breath in. Om. And slowly, gently lower your chin to your chest as you bow to the light and love that shines within you. Know that that light and love shines brightly within each and every one of us. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. And there is a class on Wednesday, so I hope to see you then. If not, I'll see you when I see you. Once again, thanks for coming.